Hey guys, I am waiting for chat to get loaded up here on my iPad. And as soon as that happens, we're going to be ready to rock and roll tonight. I think my iPad just needs to be replaced. It's kind of old, it's several years old, and it just seems to get slower and slower and slower, you know. And I know their phones do that sometimes when the battery starts to go. They start slowing way down. I think that's what's happening to my friend the iPad. All right. I believe we are finally loaded here. I see Nicholas and Jay Frank and Aaron already in chat. Hi all. Hi guys. Before we get started tonight, we got a little info to go over. A little 411 coming up here. So the first thing you see here, my feedback is completely automated on eBay. I bring that up because it comes up a lot as a question, and also so that you know that as soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. So you don't ever have to wait on me to like sit down and get caught up on feedback. That way you get it really quickly. It should literally be instantly and much faster than you would get it if I were trying to do it manually. Then the next thing that you see there is a big thank you, because I really enjoy breaking. I'm glad that you guys bid and break with me and chat with me and come by and watch the video, hang out. So whatever brings you here, I am sure glad to have you. So thanks for stopping by. And what you see on the screen right now, this is just an overview of what's coming up over the next few days. This is the stuff that's already listed on eBay, available for bidding right now, that will be breaking over the next 5 days. Of course, I add new stuff pretty much every day, so it's a kind of an ever-changing list, but this is what we're looking at the moment. Tomorrow night, we have several things we haven't broken before. There'll be a 2018 Gold Rush Series 2 autographed full-size helmet. Those come out tomorrow. We're going to start breaking them tomorrow. They do have a lot of our 2018 rookie class in them as options. If you scroll down to the very bottom of the listing, all my listings will have the manufacturer's information down there. And on this particular one for that Gold Rush helmet, I also tried to type out the checklist that I got from them because it did have so many of our 2018 rookies in there. We will also open a case of 2018 Archive Signature Series Baseball. Leaf Valiant Football comes out tomorrow night. That's the one that will have 48 hits in that case. Of those 48, 12 of them are going to be graded cards. It'll be graded 9.5 or higher, and everything in there is an on-card autograph, so those are always fun breaks. And then we'll do another 6 boxes of Gold Standard tomorrow night as well. Saturday, we've got more autographed memorabilia, more Valiant. We'll also break a case of Encased Basketball and a case of Inception Baseball. On Sunday, we've got an autographed batting helmet. We're going to start on a new case of Stadium Club Baseball. Will be the first half of that case. Monday, we've got some interesting stuff going on. We've got a half case of Archive Signature Series because, I don't know, my allocations were weird on this product in one place. That's what they gave me, a half case, so that's how we'll break it. There'll be another case of Inception. There'll be another case of Gold, or a half case of Gold Standard, and then another case of Valiant. Tuesday, we've got more memorabilia in there, mini helmet, football jersey. We'll open some 2014 Translucent, a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures football, and the back half of that Stadium Club. That's all to get us ready for Wednesday, because we're going to have a big release day Wednesday of next week. A couple of baseball releases and some basketball, Spectra, lots of fun stuff coming out. So here's what you need to know about tonight. This is the order that we're going to break in. It will be the triple play baseball box first, which has, of course, the 3 autographed items in it. Then it will be the Gold Rush autographed football jersey, followed by a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures. Behind that will be our 6 boxes of Gold Standard. So if you're here for Gold Standard, you probably have roughly 20 minutes before we get to you, something like that. So a couple of other things to note on this page. Number 1, 3 of those breaks are free shipping, those first 3. Those ship out typically 6 or 7 days after an auction ends. Whenever you bid with me, the free shipping stuff goes out a little bit slower than the paid shipping stuff in general. Occasionally I get it out ahead of schedule, but kind of plan on Wednesday, and if I'm able to get it to you sooner, it'll just be a pleasant surprise. Our paid shipping break tonight, that's Gold Standard. I'm projecting that to get out on Monday. I'm hoping I can get that to you Saturday, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to project it for Monday to be on the safe side. Here's the last thing you need to know about this page, and then we're going to be getting finished up here with all this boring stuff before too much longer. That's consolation cards. So if you're in these breaks tonight and your team is skunked, meaning you don't pull a single thing, you don't pull an item, not a base card, not one single thing, you are entitled to a consolation card for that team. That consolation card can be from any year, any series. I just kind of grab one out of the team stack when it's time to send it. And I track that stuff for a rolling 90-day period. Here's how it typically works. Let's say you hit something 3 weeks from now or even 2.5 months from now. I'm going to look back at that point and say, hey, here are all of the other times where you have a team that didn't pull something. I'll gather up all of those consolation cards and send them out with that next package. That's usually the way I do it. If you want your consolation card sent sooner, just like plain white envelope and a stamp, send me a message on eBay. We'll work out the details, get that on the way. The only exception to that is Gold Standard. That's because it's a paid shipping break. So if you were to get skunked in Gold Standard, your consolation card or cards would ship with the rest of the break. So that is all we have to say about all of that. Now, we're ready to get rocking and rolling. So this is 2018 Hit Parade Series 5 Triple Play Baseball Box Break number 5. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Thursday night, the 12th of July. You will see you have team names there on the left, and our winning bidders are across from it on the right. And a new spreadsheet does go up before the start of every break, of course. So if you're in a different break than this one, you are still going to get a chance to see your name up there in lights when we get to your product. And the final little bit of stuff I've got to do here, I'm taking autofocus off. I hate all that stupid zooming in and out when autofocus is on. And I'm kind of manually setting the focus, and I do know that that makes the background go a little bit blurry, but not to worry, kids. We're going to be able to see everything. Shouldn't be any problems for us. Now I see we got lots of people in chat now. I see Greg is in here, and Cody David, and Gina, and D-Matt. We got lots of folks in chat tonight. And I see several of you are saying, oh, you got a lot of teams in some of these breaks tonight to hedge your bets. Give yourself a little bit of a leg up, if you will. Bobby, you said you have a LeVar Arrington jersey out of Gold Standard yesterday. All right. I haven't, of course, been into Gold Standard yet. You know I normally open on break night, and I messed up. I listed it the wrong night, and that's my fault. 4th of July just messed me all up. I got all my stuff listed like at the wrong time. It's hard to see this whole picture in here when I hold it up because it's big, but you can see that it has a little hologram MLB authentication on there. It also has something that says Rich Altman's Hollywood Collectibles. Obviously, this is the Detroit Tigers. You can see that on his uniform. And then you've got a Hollywood Collectibles certificate of authenticity there on the back. So the Tigers, oh no, that's not the Tigers. I'm sorry, that's the Marlins. I thought that was a big D. That's not a D. That's the old logo of the Marlins. Good grief. Sorry if you had the Tigers. My bad. It is a Marlin. I just looked at the logo wrong. Don't panic on me. So Marlins with our picture out of Triple Play. Now, let's see what we've got in our autographed baseball. Oh, it tells us on the top. How handy. It is Matt Olson. So Matt Olson should be, it's a Dave and Adams authentication. So Matt Olson is an Oakland A, I believe. And there, of course, is your autographed baseball. Somewhere there's our Dave and Adams hologram authentication that will go along with your little card here. And Matt Olson and the Oakland A's have our baseball. So we're Marlins with the photograph, the A's with the baseball, and the big one out of the box is our jersey. I'm not sure who this is. I can't read that signature. Well, maybe they're not going to tell me. What does that say? What does that say? I can't read that person's signature. Anybody have a guess on that? What the heck? Who is this? Well, it's a Philly, okay, which I kind of thought by the uniform, but I don't know whose signature it is. That's so strange. Okay, there's a JSA authentication sticker right there, but as you saw, there's no JSA paper card in there. Instead, we have this Dave and Adams paper and a Dave and Adams additional authentication up there at the top. No JSA paper card, and I swear to you, I don't know whose signature that is. I really don't. Well, anyway, guys, so there 36 for the Phillies, and I can't read it. And Hall of Fame 1976, I can read that, and I don't know beyond that. So somebody Hall of Fame 1976, it's definitely for sure a Phillies jersey, and for sure there is no JSA authentication, but there is the Dave and Adams. So on the Dave and Adams, just make sure when you get it, make sure you look for this little piece of paper, because I usually fold it up inside the jersey, and you don't want that to wander off on you. So again, it was Matt Olson with our baseball for the Oakland A's, this guy for the Marlins, and then the Phillies had the jersey. So maybe Hit Parade should possibly consider putting like sticker name identification on everything, huh? Because I don't think any of us really know who the heck's signature that was on that jersey. I will tell you this, though. When you get it, you can go to the JSA website, type in that number, and it will tell you exactly who that is, when they signed it, where they signed it, and all that. If you happen to not see this a moment ago, please take a second and look there up on the screen. It gives you some information about your projected shipping date, and it also talks a little more about consolation cards. I'm not going to give you the whole verbal spiel this time, but there it was on the screen in case you weren't logged in when we went through all that a moment ago. 2018 Gold Rush Autograph Football Jersey break number 2. Also ended tonight on eBay the 12th of July, tomorrow being Friday the 13th. How ominous. And of course we have the same thing, team names on one side, the eBay bidder ID of our winning bidder across from each team. And I don't really know how I feel about Friday the 13th. This whole month has just been weird. And this whole week, really about the last, I don't know, maybe 6-7 days. Like the universe has just kind of been giving me the finger for several days now. Maybe it is just all related to Friday the 13th. And maybe once we get through Friday the 13th, everything will go back to not being, as my friend would say, a gremlin attack. Maybe I could not cut my hand off trying to get this box open. That would also probably be preferable. Not to bleed all over the jersey would be maybe a good thing. Okay, we do have a paper JSA authentication with this one. Looks like we are coming out for, well, it's Curtis Martin. And it is a JSA authentication sticker to match your card. That's the Jets, right? I mean, that's who I think Curtis Martin is, but I guess I better double check it, because that is obviously a custom jersey. There's no team info on there, but I think Curtis Martin is a Jet. But let's go check it out, shall we? So hang on one second. Hang tight, kids. I cannot see chat while I'm doing this. I just want to double check that I have told you the correct team before I, move on to the next thing. I don't want to have somebody... Yeah, it is the Jets. Okay. I just want to make sure. I saw it and I thought Jets, and then I'm like, I don't know. Could be another team. So Curtis Martin for the Jets. Once again, make sure you find that before you toss out your packing, if you have the Jets and that's coming to you. Well, it could be the Patriots, Jay Frank. I mean, he played for the Patriots, but obviously the Patriots never had a green and white uniform. So that kind of tells you, right? I mean, that it was signed as a Jets uniform. And of course, all that info about how that stuff is decided is down there at the bottom of every listing in the special circumstances area is what it is called. And there is one down there that specifically addresses that when you get to the custom jersey section. and it will talk about if it's in the colors of a certain team, you know, if there were two teams and etc. So that one definitely would be the Jets based on the green and white and the fact that he only played for Jets and Patriots as far as I remember. So once again, we are visiting this little page that talks about your projected shipping date and your consolation cards. Most of you have seen it about 3 times now, but in case someone hasn't, there it is. Please take it in. 5 boxes of 2011 Panini Prime Signatures Football. This is a half case break, and it's break number 79. We had a few teams that didn't sell. Those are noted right there with no bids buyback. So anytime you see that, you know that that is just an orphan team that no one gave a forever home to. So if something does come out for one of those orphan teams that were not sold, it'll hang out here, stay here with me. Now this is the start of a new case, and of course we're only opening half the case tonight. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take all of the boxes out. I'm going to number them each on the end, and then I will use random.org. I'll bring you along with me, and random will determine for us which 5 we open tonight versus which 5 we open in our next break, which will be in about 5 days from now for this product anyway. And so usually that's what I do if we're starting a new case. Sometimes, you know, I have loose boxes like I was talking about earlier. Our gold standard for tonight, those are loose boxes that came as a half case as part of an allocation that way. That will be the same thing when we have some archive signature series in a half case later on. I think we've got 2 or 3 sets of loose gold standard, and then we'll get into sealed cases, and then, you know, obviously whenever they're sealed cases, we're going to do them like we are doing right now. All right, so here we go with this. I'm just going to hit random a single time. The first 5 numbers that come up will be the 5 boxes that we will open up tonight. So it gives us 4, 6, 10, 7, and 1. So 1, 4, 6, 7, 10. Now I got to remember that. 1, 4, 6, 7, and 10. Okay, let me put these other 5 away. Do you ever remember, like, when you were kids and somebody would be counting and you try to mess them up by saying like a different sequence of numbers? I always think I'm going to do that to myself when I'm trying to remember the boxes that come out of there. Oh, you guys said Swifty Serve stopped breaking? I didn't know that. How come? Does anybody know why? I'm just looking over there reading in chat. Everybody else who's watching this later or maybe not watching chat is like, what is she talking about? Sorry. Yeah, I have a tendency to do that. I look over there and I kind of read it out loud a little bit. I don't know. So... And by the way, if you are watching live and you cannot see chat and you'd like to see chat or participate in chat, a couple of things I can tell you about that. One, you need to be logged into YouTube to see and participate in it. And secondly, if you are watching on a mobile device but you're not using the app, you're at the www.youtube.com is how you got there. You also might have to click on the link that says you want to view the desktop version. And that should get you, you know, back in the groove. So as you see, Prime Signatures is 1 pack per box, and then there is 1 hit per pack normally. Every once in a while, we'll find a pack with 2 hits. That's happened maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times out of, what is this, break 79? So maybe 3 or 4 times out of 79 breaks, but it happens occasionally. Every card in 2011 Prime Signatures is numbered, even our base cards, so everything you see has a number on it. If you pull a redemption, it will be expired, but you do still want to put it in your Panini account. Sometimes they still have them. I actually just got a Kyrie Irving rookie card from a 2012 product that I redeemed, turned in the redemption of, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, something like that. And it showed up this week. So sometimes they still have them. And if they don't, if you ever find a live person, they will eventually sub it out for you. So don't throw those away when you get them and they're expired. All right, here we go. Roddy White to $4.99 for the Falcons. Don Perkins, $4.99 for the boys. Followed by Laurent Robinson to $99 for the boys. And our hit, Charlie Taylor to $34 for the Redskins. That's a nice low number, too. Got to remember, back in 2011, you know, things were not numbered nearly as low as they are these days. Joe Klecko to $4.99 for the Jets. Pierre Thomas to $4.99 for the Saints. Reggie Wayne to $25 for the Colts. Hang on a minute. I feel a rough corner back here on Reggie Wayne. And it's maybe just a tiny little bit of chipping down there on that lower left, but it felt rougher than it actually looks. But anyway, Bengals, hey. There's a little Andy Dalton rookie to $249, and that is an on-card autograph. That's another thing about 2011 Prime Signatures. If the rookies were at the Rookie Premiere Day, they will have their signatures, excuse me, on card in this set. If they weren't, they'll be on a sticker. So, Steve Johnson to $4.99 for the Bills. Charlie Trippy to $4.99 for the Cardinals. James Laurentis to $25 for the Rams. And our hit, hey, it's Santonio Holmes. And, it's numbered to 5. Santonio Holmes to 5 for the Jets. Santonio spent a little time with the Pittsburgh Steelers, had a nice little toe-tapping catch in the Super Bowl, so I have a little bit of a fond spot for Santonio Holmes, just by the way. Eli Manning to $4.99 Giants. Lim Barney to $4.99 for the Lions. Lydell Mitchell to $4.99 for the Colts, and the dreaded redemption. We'll go look it up in a minute. Jared Mayo to $4.99 for the Patriots. Jared Allen to $4.99 for the Vikings. Hakeem Nicks to $99 for the Giants. And look at that. The Redskins have a second hit with Ryan Kerrigan to $49. That one is a sticker. And here in a hot second, I am going to bring you with me. We're going to head over to the Panini website. We're going to pull up their checklist and find out who this is and what it's numbered to. So our card set is Rookie Signature Silver. Our card number is 187. And let's roll ourselves over here and see what we can find. What kind of interesting player this is going to turn out to be. Maybe it'll be somebody awesome. That'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be like a 1 of 1 of something. That'd make me really happy. Although, since it's silver, it's probably not a 1 of 1. Rookie Signature Silver. Where are you? What did I say it was? Card 187. That's way down here. Good grief. There's not even 187, so I've clicked on something wrong. What did I click on wrong? Or did I just read that wrong? No, it says 187. All right, am I in? I'm in Prime Signatures. Oh, I'm in Prime Signature Silver. I was supposed to be in Rookie Signature Silver. You guys probably noticed that, didn't you? And I didn't. Yeah, all right. Took me a minute, but I'm on the page now. 187 is Daquan Bowers, and it will be numbered to 199, assuming they still have it, and it is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So once again, redeem this in your account when you get it, and then if you haven't seen a card show up within, I don't know, give it maybe 6 or 8 weeks, and if the card hasn't shown up, then probably they don't still have it. So I would, at that point, go on to Facebook or maybe Twitter, try to find a Panini person and tell them you need some help substituting something, and they will. All right. So Ryan Kerrigan to 49 for the Redskins. Nice little low-numbered Santonio Holmes to 5 for the Jets. Very nice Andy Dalton to 249, rookie on card for the Bengals. Charlie Taylor to 34 for the Redskins, who had a good night with this evening. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the Daquan Bowers to 199. So that has the front half of 2011 Prime Signatures done. And once again, we'll be breaking the back half of this case. I believe it is 5 days from now. So it should be on Tuesday, I think. So. All right, what are we heading into now? Let me get our spreadsheet back up. You know what we're heading into now. Gold Standard. Hey, I love Gold Standard. And of course, just taking a look one final time here, the projected shipping date for Gold Standard is a little different because it is a paid shipping break. I'm projecting it to get out the door Monday. I would love to get it out the door to you sooner than that. I would be thrilled, and I will try very hard. But because I'm not sure if I can, I'm going to leave it set for Monday. And then if I can get it out to you sooner, you'll be happy. We'll all be good. And once again, the other difference with Gold Standard is if you get skunked in this break, whatever consolation card or cards that you are due will be shipped with the rest of the break. You won't have to wait on it because it's a paid shipping break. So I think that's got us all squared up there. So this is 6 boxes of 2018 Panini Gold Standard Football. 6 boxes, of course, make up a half case, and this is break number 1. This came out last night, Wednesday night the 11th. We're opening it for the first time tonight, Thursday night the 12th. And, of course, these, even though it is our first break, these are, of course, some of the loose boxes. I had a couple of different places that I buy from that gave me a case, and one of them gave me a case and a half. Another one gave me just a half case of loose, and then another one gave me a couple of sealed cases. So we're going to have some loose boxes along the way. I'm trying to get those out here up front. And then once we get through most of that, we'll probably start opening in some full cases at that point. But there's no, this is such a tough product to get. I couldn't get this in the quantity that I preferred, so I didn't want to turn down the half case quantities because, we can still get some nice stuff out of it. So, Bobby B, you bought into a hockey break. People ask me all the time if that's just a little piece of, if I will break hockey, but I don't follow hockey, so it would be really, I could do it, I guess, and maybe just not know anything about it, but it doesn't seem like I should do it if I don't know anything about it, I just feel like I usually do the sports that I watch myself and sports that I like and know, and then you kind of have some idea of what's going on. If I got into hockey, I'd probably, beyond maybe a handful of the marquee players, I wouldn't know if I was pulling something good, bad, or indifferent, But I don't know, maybe one of these days. It's just the part of the country I'm in, hockey is not a sport that anybody around here really follows. There's just isn't. So it's not anything, my family growing up, my dad was all the sports really. Well, I say all the sports, but, kind of, except tennis. He didn't like tennis. He did like golf. And, of course, watched football, basketball, baseball, that sort of thing. Mom never really watched baseball, but she likes basketball, and she likes football, and she didn't like golf, but she's so-so on tennis. So, I don't know. It's all in the family anyway. Craig says I would have help if I broke hockey. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's just a thing I have about it. It just makes me, I just feel like I should know if I'm going to break something, but I don't know. So we're going to go a little slower through this first pack because I'm going to figure out right alongside you exactly how things are stacked in this first one. So I see we have an Andrew Luck to 99. This is another set where all the cards will be numbered, even the base. We have a Carlos Hyde to 49. Our first hit out is Chris Hogan, and it is numbered to 15. Gold strike for the Patriots. So the Patriots drawing first blood, if you will, with a nice little Chris Hogan autograph. And next we have Marlon Mack for the Colts. That is numbered to 125. I see a rookie coming, but I don't think it's the rookie we wanted. I also think that my cat just did something terrible downstairs because I heard a big crash. This is Kyle Lauletta, and that is not a bad hit for the Giants. And you've got the relic and the autograph, of course, but I know that the Giants want Saquon Barkley. I mean, that's just kind of the thing. So if you get Kyle Lauletta, I'm sure you're like, hey, it's better than not getting anything. But I also bet you're saying, why wasn't that Barkley? Like this one, for instance, being Barkley to 49 with a nice two-color patch there. That makes you a little bit happier. I think I have the wrong sleeves out here, guys. Hang on a second. I got out what should be thick card sleeves, but I don't think that they are. I think something is in the wrong package here, so bear with me for a moment, please. Or maybe I just stacked them incorrectly. Let me see if these are the ones I mean to have in my hand. Are they? Are they still the... No, they're still the other ones. All right, weird. Let me just get a whole new pack of them. That way, whatever weirdness I have done mixing up these others, we just won't worry about. And we start a brand new pack, and then I don't have to worry about if they've been mixed up or not. Much easier. So once again, there's your Barkley, numbered to 49, little two-color patch there for the Giants. And then we have a trio of relics for the Ravens. It is Hayden Hurst, Lamar Jackson, and Jaleel Scott. That's numbered to 199. So that's a cool little hit coming out for the Ravens with their rookies all together on there. Oh, Jay Frank is happy. He wanted that Barkley, so he is feeling very happy right now. And Aaron is feeling very sad because he said he got outbid on the Giants, so now he is feeling sad. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The good news is we do have more gold standard, including some coming up tomorrow night, so there's going to be lots more chances. Jay Ajayi to 99. AJ Green to 25. Low number for the Bengals. First hit out of this pack is Maurice Hurst, numbered to 149 for the Raiders, of course. Next out, we have Ronald Jones to 99, little rookie action for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a relic and an autograph. Nice patch coming up here. Really nice patch because doesn't that look like the bottom of the eye? It does to me. And, of course, this is for the Raiders. It is Tim Brown, and it is numbered to 49. And I kind of like that patch. I'm going to admit that right up front. Like it. And then we have, hey, LaDainian Tomlinson for the Chargers. Some more little throwback material here. And LaDainian, where's your number, friend? He is to 125. It's down there in that lower right-hand corner, which is sometimes hard to see when the light hits these, but that's what it was. And then Brian Dawkins to 125 for the Eagles. Ah, Dale, you used Auction Sniper. Oh, yay, do you love it? It's so awesome, isn't it? Yes, 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 guys. Auction Sniper, I think, is the greatest thing in the world. Like, it's not if it causes you to lose and you get out-sniped. But when you win, oh, it's so wonderful. And frankly, it's just really good for bid management because you can put stuff in there and forget about it. And it will notify you if you've been outbid. You can change your bid, cancel your bid, modify your bid, all the way up until like the last 60 seconds before the auction ends. Josh Gordon to 99 for the Browns. And then you have Billy Price, numbered to 49 for the Bengals. Our autograph hit first out of this box is Gold Strike, numbered to 24 for the Dolphins, and it is a little Kenyon Drake. But yes, Auction Sniper, guys, you should definitely use it. And, you know, honestly, think about if you accidentally key in a wrong amount or something on eBay, it's traumatic to have to try to get it canceled or change it or do whatever you have to do. Auction Sniper, you enter the wrong amount, you just whoop, modify it and update it. You know, I mean, because it doesn't place the bid until the last few seconds anyway. Tyquan Lewis, numbered to 149 for the Colts. Tack on. Look at you go, Giants. There is another Lauletta. This one is numbered to 75. So you have 2 Lauletta autographs and the nice Saquon Barkley patch. So the Giants are kind of racking it up right now because, uh-oh, don't look now. Here's Saquon Barkley and Kyle Lauletta dual relic to 199. So the Giants are just kind of backing up the truck right now because they are cleaning house. Here comes a Pittsburgh Steeler. My Steelers are giving us James Washington to 199 with that relic. Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, there's been a decent spread of teams. I don't disagree with you on that. It's a decent spread of teams. It may, you know, I'd like to see a little more diversity in it, but so far it's not been bad. This is numbered to 99, Demaryius Thomas for the Broncos. We're going to follow that up with Khalil Mack to 49 for the Raiders. This pretty little hit, numbered to 75, is Kellen Winslow for the Chargers. I don't really know how you feel about pulling the Kellen Winslow, considering his, what's a nice way to say it, his current legal troubles. I think that's the way I'll just say it and leave it. Marlon Mack for the Colts. That is numbered to 125 for the Colts. Jay says he is literally screaming so loud right now. Nicholas is happy that he got anything, and or that he got something. I should say what he typed there. And then Brian is just looking for the Rams, so we got to get a little mojo working for the Rams. Here is Kalen Ballage, or Ballage, I don't know which, numbered to 99 for the Dolphins. Ooh, I see something pretty coming. Look at that set of patches, and numbered to 49. So we have Saquon Barkley, Mike Gesicki, and Deshaun Hamilton. So our teams in play are the Giants, the Dolphins, and the Broncos. Here's what's going to happen with this. We will set it aside for right now. At the end of the break, I'm going to use, well, first we'll go to the spreadsheet. You have to own 51% or more to take the card outright. So you would have to own 2 of the 3 teams. If no one owns 2 of the 3 teams, we'll take that card to random.org. Here's another James Washington coming out for the Steelers. This one numbered also to 199. Hey, Jay Frank, you're talking about that you like Penn State. The new, I don't know if you collect the full-size helmets or not, the full-size autographed helmets, but, uh-oh, I see a redemption. Hang on, I'm going to flip it so the code doesn't hit the camera. The new Gold Rush Series 2 full-size helmets have a multi-signed helmet in there that's signed by, I think it's Penn State linebackers, great Penn State linebackers, just by the way. That's numbered to 99, Devontae Parker. I saw that on the checklist the other day. Alshon Jeffrey to 25 for the Eagles. Panini Rewards Points has replaced one of our hits. Boo. We will use random.org to award that as well. So we'll set it up there in the pending pile. Here's Jabril Peppers for the Browns. That is numbered to 49. You barely squeaked a 2-color patch out of that. I mean, just by the skin of your teeth right there is a tiny little bit of brown. Ooh, this looks nice. Oh, this is nice. Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, it is nice. That's why it looks nice. Jets, Sam Darnold to 25. That middle patch there is pretty awesome. And you have the nice gold ink signature against that black background. Sticker or not, that is a nice looking card, and the Jets just had their night made, I suspect, because that is sweet. That's why we open Gold Standard cards like that. And then we have the Bengals here for, where's the number on the Bengals? Oh, to 125. Ooh, couldn't see it. It gets lost in the light sometimes. I have trouble occasionally. Anyway, that is Giovanni Bernard for the Bengals. And now we have a relic coming out for the Cowboys. Who is that? Jordan Lewis. And it is also numbered to 125. I don't know why I'm having such trouble reading some of these. Nicholas says this is a New York half of the case. Yeah, again, guys, this was just, you know, the 6 loose boxes that one of the distributors sent me. I assume they probably took it all out of the same case because they probably, you know, gave me the half case and then they gave someone else the other half of this case. But again, on certain products that are hard to get and that I don't think I have enough of, I will take the loose boxes and we break them anyway, which is... And actually, I took some loose boxes from all the distributors this time, everybody that offered it to me. Jarvis Landry to 99 for the Browns. And this is Jake Elliott to 25 for the Eagles. Lots of numbered base for the Eagles, haven't we? Seems like we have. A gold strike for the Ravens. Willis McGee to 99. If you have the Ravens, you probably like that hit pretty well. Here comes Marlon Mack for the Colts. That is to 125. I see another nice one coming. Yes, I do. It's for the Dolphins, and you're going to like it. Because it's Kalen again, except, numbered to 25. Couple of nice patches. Your gold signature, gold ink signature there on the sticker against the black background. Nice little hit to 25. For the Dolphins. And then behind that, this is pretty nice too. This is Julio Jones and the Falcons. Nice big 2-color patch. Kind of 3 because there's some weirdness right there. I don't know if that's a thread or what that little white thing is, but I'm not touching it. I'm going to leave it there. You can decide if you want to do anything with that little white part. That is numbered to 49, Julio Jones and the Falcons. Last, but certainly not least, we have a rookie for Kiki. Is it Kute or I don't know. You know, I mean, it looks like Cootie, but you know it's not. It's numbered to 199. Kute, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, let's just stick with Kiki and not insult the poor man for the Texans. So, of course, I will recap all of this in a minute, but we do have a little work to do before we get to that. First, let's award this bad boy. So this, of course, replaced one of our hits. What's going to happen is I'm going to bring you along with me. We will head over here to the spreadsheet where I will copy all of the team names. Then we'll buzz over to random.org where I will paste them in there. And in this instance, we have got 32 teams, so I don't see any reason to do random multiple times when you have that many possibilities. So after I paste our 32 teams in here, we'll scroll through them so you can see all 32 of them are there. I will then hit random one single time, and whoever ends up in position number 1 after I hit randomize will take home that points card. So it comes up for the Carolina Panthers. So Panthers, you're not going home empty-handed. You have got 150 Panini reward points coming your way. Now we've got this little friend right here coming. So we're going to take a look at the spreadsheet first. Once again, you have to own 2 of the 3 teams to have 51% or more. So if anyone owns 2 of the 3, they can take this card outright. If no one owns 2 of the 3, I will type these in the order that they appear on the card. So it will go in as Giants, Dolphins, and then the Broncos. I will, in that case, hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times will not count. It is only the third and final random that will determine where that card is going to go. That's if we have to even go to random. Let's first find out if we have to go to random. So, let's go down here and find, here's our Giants. I gotta make that stop blinking where I did the copy while ago. And that is JSO Fran 63. Our Miami Dolphins, Compton 2376. And our Denver Broncos, I'm going to go with McKishy. I'm sure that's wrong, but that's what I said, and I'm sticking to it, by golly. All right, so that means we do have to use random to award this. And I know, guys, I know I hate having to do random because I feel, well, you know, 2 people are not going to get it. One person's going to be happy, 2 are going to be sad. I hate having to do it. But unfortunately, they put them in there this way, and you can't cut it into thirds because then it wouldn't be worth anything to anybody. So we have to roll like this and keep your fingers crossed if you're one of these 3 teams. Once again, it's only the third one that counts. So ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Our third and final counts. And for all the marbles, there's 3 times our date and time stamp. It ends up with the Giants, who already have an embarrassment of riches tonight. And they add 1 more to their tally. And of course, I would imagine that everybody knows I would not actually write on a card, but just because if I don't do that, somebody will say, oh, you wrote on that card and you ruined it. No, I promise I didn't. It's on the plastic sleeve, I promise. So let's recap our break here. And after we do the recap, I will put up spreadsheet info again with shipping information. We'll also do a quick little pass through the breaks that are coming up over the next few days in case you missed that earlier. Jay Frank says, if I get the points, give it to another person that didn't hit. But I don't think you hit the points because I don't think you had, who got it? The Panthers, right? I think not. Nicholas, I hope you get in on Valiant tomorrow night because I think that, Valiant will be good tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so we're starting off with this multi-team card here that we used random.org to award. It went to the Barkley spot and the Giants. We had the 150 rewards points that went to the Panthers. Again, we used random.org for that. The rest of our recap, we're not really going to recap the numbers because we've already done that. We're just kind of taking another little look here in case someone was not logged on earlier and you want to check it out, or maybe you just want to count your own cards again. So that was one of what will be 2 Kyle Laulettas that came out of this particular break. There's the nice Barkley patch, which is super awesome as well. Another nice hit for the Giants, who really, frankly, kind of did clean up tonight. There's your second Lauletta. A little Marlon Mack for good measure. Chris Hogan started us off tonight, numbered to 15. And, well, he just slid right under, the second mat. Thank you, Marlon Mack. I guess he was letting me know there's a second Marlon Mack in case I hadn't noticed it the first time. He slid under the mat there to make sure I noticed him the second time. And then for the Dolphins, numbered to 25, of course, the very nice Kalen Ballage card. Is that yet a nut? Wait a minute. How many Marlon Macks do we have? Hang on a minute. There's the one that just went under the mat. There's another one. Yes, by golly, this is the 3rd Marlon Mack. I somehow didn't realize that we had managed to pull 3, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, from Marlon Mack and the Colts. That's kind of crazy. Then we had the Cowboys. Here is the beautiful little Sam Darnold for the Jets that is numbered to 25, which is an awesome, awesome hit for the Jets. One of a couple we pulled of James Washington. There is another Ballage for the Dolphins. Maybe we didn't have quite as good of a team mixture as we initially thought because, yeah, 3 Marlon Macks seems like a lot, doesn't it? Kellen Winslow to 75, Chargers. Another James Washington, a dual relic for the Giants, who just kind of kept racking it up. The more we opened, the richer the Giants got. And then we have a little Kiki, and I'm just going to call him that because I'm butchering his last name, I'm sure. The Bengals don't go home empty-handed. They have Giovanni Bernard. The Browns managed to pull out Jabril Peppers. And the Colts also hit a Tyquan Lewis. The Dolphins had another hit with Kenyon Drake. Cool little Brian Dawkins. I just like that hit for the Eagles, you know. I think that's a cool hit for them. I think this is a cool hit for the Chargers with LaDainian Tomlinson. And I love this patch for Tim Brown. Love, 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 love that patch. It's awesome. And then finally, Ronald Jones, who I had forgotten about. We saw him so long ago. Ronald Jones and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that is all that we have tonight that we are breaking. But as promised, I'm going to put your information up here one more time just to make sure everybody has seen it. And to give you, a minute if you have questions about it or something, you can throw them into chat at this point. So once again, 2 different shipping schedules. The paid shipping break projected to go out on Monday. If I can get it out to you faster than Monday, I will. The free shipping break, which were the early items that we opened tonight, those are projected to go out on Wednesday the 18th. Consolation cards. If your team was completely skunked, you pulled not one single thing, you are still entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year, any series. I track it for a rolling 90-day period, and here's what that means to you. Basically, the next time you get a hit, I'll go back and look and see any other teams that you have over the prior 90-day period that didn't pull a card or an item in their respective break. I will then gather up your consolation cards for each of those teams, and I would include them in the package that's heading your way when you do pull a card or an item. That's usually the way it works. The only exception is if you send me a note and request it done otherwise, and then I just put it in a plain envelope with a stamp and get it on the way to you. Or B, if it's a paid shipping break like tonight in Gold Standard. So if it is a paid shipping break, you will get your consolation card or cards shipped out with the rest of the break. So that's kind of how that works. Jay Frank, I see your question. I will grab it there in a minute. Let me just get through the last part of this. And as soon as I do that, you hang tight, Jay Frank. We'll talk more about your question there in regard to your one touch, okay? So this is the stuff that is coming up over the next few days. Tomorrow night, again, a lot of that stuff is just released tomorrow. That Gold Rush Series 2 autographed helmets, those come out tomorrow. The Leaf Valiant comes out tomorrow. Of course, we'll break more Gold Standard. It'll be 6 loose boxes again, just like it was tonight, but it will be from a different distributor, so it is not out of the same case that we opened tonight. It's, again, 6 loose. And then a full case of Topps Archive Signature Series Active Player Baseball. That came out Wednesday. We're not going to open it until tomorrow night, though. And, of course, Valiants. For those of you who don't know, there are no base cards in Leaf Valiant. All the autographs are on card. There are 4 hits per box, so it'll be at a 48-hit break. And out of those 48, 12 of them will be graded cards. Guaranteed to be graded 9.5 or higher, and we have certainly pulled Black Label 10s out of those before, so should be a fun break with Valiant. Saturday, we've got autograph memorabilia, again, more Valiant, another case of encased basketball, which we have been crushing, by the way, and another case of Inception Baseball. On Sunday, we'll bust into some Stadium Club and an autographed batting helmet. On Monday, we will do a half case. That's the loose boxes of the Archive SIG series. Another case of Inception Baseball, more Gold Standard football, and more Leaf Valiant. On Tuesday, there is memorabilia. We're going to throw in some 2014 Topps Translucent football, another half case of 2011 Prime Signatures, and we will finish up the Stadium Club on Tuesday night, the 17th. So that is all the recap. That is all the news to use. And I know many of you are taking off. Many of you probably already have. But for those of you who are still here, thanks once again. I do appreciate very much you joining the break and chatting and hanging out with me and all that. Now, I have some questions here from Jay Frank, I see. Jay, you are asking me how many to one-touch all the Giants hits. Well, first let's find out how many we're talking about. Let's get them all together, Jay Frank, and then I can tell you better. So there's one. I know there's a bunch, but I could not tell you specifically how many without doing this. Look, they're all going to be in one stack, right? The last stack I pick up, because that's how it always goes, isn't it? Anytime you're looking for something, doesn't it always come out the very last possible thing? It seems like it to me anyway. I'll be looking through a stack of 1,000 papers and I'll need one thing and I'll be on page 998 and then there it'll be, oh, thanks. All right, so this is, oh, that one too. That was the random. You're not talking about any of the numbered base. I don't even know if you had any numbered base in here, but I don't think you were talking about those. So J. Frank, you are talking about these, right? So we're talking about one, oh, shoot. I put the autofocus back on, sorry. Let me fix that so that it doesn't give you and me both motion sickness. Okay, so it would be 1, Kyle Lauletta, 2, another Barkley patch, 3, another Lauletta is 4, and then the dual relic 5, right? Is that what you counted as well, J. Frank, that we should have 5 that you're talking about? If so, there's a couple of things I would have to do on that. One is weigh it, because I believe that is probably going to be, with those one-touch cases, enough weight that it'll probably exceed the 13 ounces that I can ship first class and mean that it will have to actually go priority mail. So I'll have to weigh them and check that out. If it stays first class and it doesn't, I don't have to worry about, you know, anything to do with priority mail, you're probably looking at somewhere around maybe $14, $15. The reason I say around is I have to see exactly what the PayPal fees would be. So the way it works is it's going to be what I paid for the case, then I've got to add 2.9% for PayPal, and then 30 cents for PayPal. Because every time they process a transaction, they charge me not only the 2.9%, they also charge me the 30 cents. So like, you know, if somebody checks out 5 times, I get charged 30 cents 5 times plus 2.9% each time. Does that make sense? Hopefully. So somewhere in that neighborhood, you know, 13, 14, 15 bucks, depending on those PayPal fees for the 5 one-touch. And that may cover the shipping as well. Hopefully it will, but I just have to weigh it. Okay. So if you want to move forward regardless, I can just shoot you over the PayPal money request after I have that done. If you want me to first tell you whether or not it's going to change the shipping weight, which would probably add, you know, maybe add a couple bucks if it has to bump up to priority mail, then I can send you the total first. You just tell me how you want to do it. Well, I mean, I don't think that they would come out the top, J. Frank, because, well, A, I'm not one of these breakers who puts everything in a top loader that isn't the right size, which a lot of breakers do. They buy maybe 1 or 2 sizes and they don't care if the card fits or not, and then they just tape it across the top, or they hope it doesn't fly out, and that's not really what I do. I mean, I have, oh gosh, I have probably 8 different sizes, maybe 10 different sizes of top loaders that I keep here. And I, generally speaking, am going to put it in the top loader that is the appropriate and correct size for it. So that's one thing. And then the second thing is I put everything in team bags, right? I don't just, even if it's one card and it's securely in its top loader, I don't just throw it in an envelope like that, which again, I know a lot of people do. I do not. I will still put it in a team bag because, you know, things happen. You don't want it out flying around loose in there somewhere. So personally, I do not believe it would be any problem sending them the way I normally send them. But if you want them in a one-touch, I'm happy to do that. I just have to figure that cost out in regard to shipping. So which way you want to go then? Top loaders are okay? All right. Awesome. Awesome, my friend. I will get them squared away for you. That's what I do after we finish the breaks. I always sit here and get everything in top loaders and all that stuff so that it's all nice and happy while it's waiting to meet the postman in a few days. So all right, I think that's got me all wrapped up for tonight. So once again, thank you everyone for joining me. I hope that I'll see you again tomorrow night. We're going to have a lot of fun. So even if you don't get in a break, stop by and say hey, chat and hang out. I'm always glad to have you. So take care all, and I'll be back at it tomorrow night. Bye now.